Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jen and today's nail theme is going to be ocean views. So I have not got all of my base colors down yet. I just have it white right now. I want to go ahead and pick up the images first. That way I'll know how I want to place my base colors. So we're going to start with that instead. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing out one of my other plates today, which is from Uber Chic Little Landscapes. So I've got a few images I want to get picked up off of this plate. So let me start with this one. Okay, so for the umbrella and the ball, I'm going to pick up with Maniology's Fireside B189. And then for the water portion, I'm going to use Maniology's Marshmallow B537. And I'm going to remove the sailboat because I'm going to use that on a separate image. Okay, I'm going to start with Marshmallow. And I'm going to go ahead and do it on the end of the umbrella as far as the pole section. Okay, I'm going to come down to this image and I'm going to do the same thing pretty much. The water in white, the one of the boards in red. So let me go ahead and also pull in Maniology's Acorn B498 so that this one will have an outline to color. And I'm not going to do the sun. Okay, and then I'm going to use Acorn. I'm going to go up to this image right here. And I also don't want the sun on that one either. And I'm going to try to fit it on one of my stampers I've already used by just flipping it. Okay, and I'm going to move beside it and, oh, excuse me, I bumped you, and get the sandcastle here. And I'm going to use Acorn to do that. Okay, and I'm going back to Marshmallow. I'm going to get this image here, but I don't want the water like where it's like got the curve to it. I just want to go under that. Also going to try to fit that on on the other stamper. Trying to get it where you can see it. Okay, then we're going to go to Maniology M609, and I'm going to get the shovel and pail here, and I'm going to use Acorn. Okay, and I'm going to come back to this plate in a minute here. Okay, so now I have a idea of where I want to put the colors for this specific nail. So I'm going to use Mayo 976, Paparazzi and Lakeside Breeze, and Moyo 951. Okay, so I'm going to start with the blues. So the light one first, and I'm actually just going to put a little bit at the top. And then I'm going to the darker blue, just put some underneath it. And then I'm going to use my sponge, just a little bit of it. and tap it on. Until I get the look I want. So I'm going to put some more of the darker blue. Maybe I will do a little more of that light one too. So right now I'm just going to go back and forth to get the look I want. Okay, so I'm going to hold on for 1 second. Okay, and then all the rest is going to get the brown tone or tan tone. It reminds me of a sand color, so I've just flipped the sponge. So the sponge for me at this point is to give me the texture I want. So I don't want it to like look smooth, I want it to have some rough texture to it. So I'll do the exact same thing as I did above and be right back. Okay, I'm going to leave it just like so for now. Okay, I want to go ahead and reverse stamp this image. And I didn't realize for some reason earlier, I saw the shovel, but I didn't realize there was a pail there. So I may not need this top image. I'm going to think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. And if you missed the last video, I'm using this like plastic paper thing, and I'm just going to do like I usually do and use up whatever I can of it. And then I can flip it or whatever. Okay, so to keep kind of the same colors going throughout, I'm going to go ahead with red. So I'm going to do LA Colors in Maryland. Okay, and that'll be for the shovel and pail. And the little part of the flag right here. And then for the actual castle part, I'm going to pull in new color 997. I just want there to be a little bit of a different color than I have the sand color on the rest of the nail. They can be close, but I just kind of want there to be a little bit of a difference. So I think I'm not going to do the bottom where it has like the sand look. I'm going to let the base color I've used be for that. Okay, we are going to go ahead and go back to the plate, and I'm going to get the section right here with Marshmallow. I'm just going to get the middle portion, and it'll be an automatic place down. Okay, that's not showing up the way I want, so I'm going to switch to Maniology's Bale Watt B170. Okay, so I did place it, but it didn't show in the area I wanted, so I came down with that blue a little bit with this brush. So now I'm just going to take some of that white on the brush and just touch it over to the side, because I don't think I'm going to end up using the other shovel and pail, so it's kind of changed my placement for where I'm going to have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place this image. So I've used my matte top coat because I kind of want it to keep that textured look to it. Okay, so we have the sky tone, ocean tone, and then the sand color. And again, I wanted to make that part dark just so it would look a little bit different. So it kind of looked like wet sand made into the castle. Okay, so actually I'm going to take some that darker tone on my brush here and put just a little bit kind of randomly to kind of make that basically blend just a little bit or work more better together than just having like a drastic change. But I'm going to leave that part light. Okay. Okay, I've done the same thing to this nail. We have 3 more, so I was just trying to save you some time. So I just put the matte top coat on there. And we're going to go back to this plate. I'm not actually worrying about my napkin right now. And I'm going to get this portion of this image. This is the one that had the other sailboat. You know, I may just leave it out. I don't know. Let me think about it. But I'm going to use Marshmallow for this part. Okay, and I'm also going to apologize because I know most of my friends can tell I'm off today. And the reason is because I mentioned like the issues with my emotional support dog. So things are just really, really up and down, back and forth. And today I was between, I tried to go to the regular vet. They were closing, so I had to go to the emergency vet. Long story. My emotions are all over the place because I'm trying to prepare myself, but at the same time, it's like things are just, it's just crazy. So I need to do a little bit more. So basically, they just said save the money because there's not much they could do and try to go again tomorrow to a regular one, but a different one that they suggested. So I don't know. It's just a lot. It's crazy how much it hurts to love. Okay, I'm still not happy with that. So I'm taking some on my brush and just kind of through here. And as just mentioned in the last video, I think it was, I'm not good at masking my feelings. I was gonna try to not have to bring the video, you know, like, I don't want to bring the mood, but I just can't help myself. It's just, I'm in that emotional part, so, of life. Okay, so I'm gonna get this portion of the sun here. I don't know why I said this portion. I'm trying to say just the sun, not the rest of the image. And I'm gonna use Maniology's Lasso B395 for that. And I'm seeing that there's lines around it. I don't know if that's gonna, I might have to take those off. I don't think that's gonna look right. And this brush is messed up for some reason. It just came like that. So makes it a bit wonky. I already know I'm going to take something off, so let me just... Okay, part of that wouldn't come off. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to do that twice, because it's not going to cover enough. Okay, so let me do that and be back. Okay, I'm going to leave it like so for now, and I'll decide if I'm going to do anything else here in a little bit. But while I am looking at it, that white needs to come up a little pinch more, so I'm going to fix that. Okay, so let's do the bottom image here. I'm going to consider this like the surf shop. So for the bottom portion, I'm going to go with Maniology 957. Also, you could kind of consider this instead of like ocean views. Like, there's so many different things you could do for ocean views. I chose that just because it's hard to come up with names for every single mani, but I have ideas for other beach themes, so I kind of was saving those kind of names for those. And for the roof portion, I'm going to do Maniology 952. I'm kind of thinking like a sort of like a hut tiki kind of vibe, but I want it to be like the surf shop, so that's why I'm choosing the colors I'm choosing. I'm just going to touch the brush to it, but that cap came off, so. Okay, and for the greenery, I'm going to do Sally Hansen in Big Apple Teeny 364. Oh, also, pretty sure you're maybe wondering, well, why are you filming with that, being with this situation going on? Because it's been an ongoing situation, but also because I need to. Like, if without filming, I'm sitting there watching her and just worrying, and it's not helping anything. Because like I've mentioned before, she picks up on my emotions, and that kind of gets her more amped up. Because she wants me to be calm, and I want her to be okay. So we're like back and forth, and so that is why, just to kind of, there's nothing else I can do tonight or so until tomorrow. So I'm kind of trying to basically occupy myself to where I'm not hovering her or upsetting her emotionally, and I don't know what's gonna occur. So I'm gonna flip it and do this one too. Just trying to also get something up because I may not be able to in this week. I don't know. I'm just kind of, that's just where my thoughts are. Okay, I'm going to take Paparazzi, Be Optimistic for the other surfboard. Shout out Cami, because she and I both have so many paparazzi colors. And we talk about that, and she'll share with me what she's picked up. So I really don't need to do anything else to this one. Or, yeah, because of the base colors will tend to that. Okay, so went ahead and did this one as well. I'm going to go ahead and place this image. Okay, and I was going to see, I'm not going to get the waves, I just want the boards on here, so let me use some, I'm going to get that section off. Okay, I had to apply a little bit more so it'd be sticky again. Okay, I'm going to work on covering up this red line. I tried to get it off of there. It just wouldn't come off. Okay, now it's like, that'll be okay. It peeled over to the side. Okay, so I touched up where there was a little piece that was tan there that didn't need to be. I went ahead and put some shiny over the building, the little hut thing, because it was kind of too muted. So I wanted it to kind of pop a little bit more than what it was, so I did add that. I may try to change it back, I'm not quite sure yet. But right now this one's gonna stay. I think I might add a little bit of white right here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use Marshmallow, just to put in a beginning and an ending to where the water comes up to. Okay. Okay, just to let you know, for this one, I'm having to use my brush because my sponge dried out too much. So same technique, I'm just tapping to get the texture. So I'll do the same thing until it's the way I want and come back. Okay, so while that dries, we're going to do this image. So I'm going to go to Color Vibe and Whiteout. I'm kind of back and forth because I had to, I was finally able to get her to eat something because she wouldn't eat earlier. Of course that worries you as well, but I was finally able to get her to eat something to be able to give her the medicine they told me to give her, because the emergency vet told me to try this over-the-counter stuff for now, and I appreciated them not, intentionally taking advantage to, just to get money, because they could have, but also they were just saying it'd be half the price to have the regular one do what they were gonna do for her anyway. Okay. Okay, this one's dry, so I did the matte top coat, and then we're gonna place. Okay, so I'm gonna touch up the pole. It needs to be white right here. That red went over into the pole, and then right here I'm gonna come down with the blue just a pinch because the little wave thing is down further. Okay, I decided to make the pole color brown instead, and then did come down with the blue, added a little bit of Marshmallow to the umbrella area because the white was a bit too bright, so just to tone it down some. I'm going to take the seashell one to apply it, but I'm going to do something here in a second. Oh, my seashell ain't wanting to get on there anyway, so hold on. Okay, I got one seashell picked up. But I picked it up in a different color, which I'll show you. I'm actually using my Dollar Tree polish, which was this one I used earlier for, I think, the roof of the hut thing. Okay, I've gone through to kind of lighten parts and darken parts that I wanted to. So like part of them I wanted to make the sky a little bit lighter, or make the water a bit darker. So I'm just going to add extra bits at this point. So I'm taking Acorn. I'm going to go ahead and get the little birds here, but they're going to go, instead of going with the sun, they're going to go with this other nail. I'm going to add some more until I get them the way I want. Alright, ended up just adding them throughout. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a sailboat to this image here. I just did that with Acorn. Okay, I'm going to try to make it just a pinch whiter. There. And I'm good with that. Right, with this one I decided to reshape it. So I brought the water down more. I redid the sky a little bit. So I'm taking some of the white just whiteout or color vibe whiteout, and I'm going to add a little bit of it to this portion of the water. Kind of look like it's, you know, crashing up on the shore. Also kind of looking in the camera to kind of see exactly how I want to do it. Okay, let me add a little bit to this little portion right here, kind of like the wave did go up. Okay. I decided I'm going to go back to this plate and just get the palm tree here, because this other nail needs something. I'm just using Acorn right now. Let's see, get this little tiny piece off right here. Let's see, I'm trying to decide where I want it. That's not really big enough. Okay, I'm going to do a different one. Okay, going back to this plate, we're going to use this one instead. I'm just going to use Maniology's Evergreen B315. Okay, get my extra piece off here. I'm just actually turning it the way I want it to be. And then I'm going to use my brush to come down with the bottom. So I'm going to go back to that color I used earlier and get the brush. And just bring it down a bit. I think that'll help. Let me do a little bit on more. Alright. Okay, I'm going to get a portion of this greenery here with the same evergreen color. I'm going to add it to this nail. Oh, nail's falling off. And I did that one more time to fill in some bare spots. Okay, I'm going to grab these two again. I'm going to add them to the bottom portion of by the tree. Okay, got some more because it's not going the way I want. Let me turn this. Okay. Okay, I'm taking some of the darker brown here. I'm going to try to make it kind of look like maybe there's some footprints going. This could be a bad idea. I don't know yet. I'll definitely have to mess with that one for sure. Okay, so I'll mess with them to kind of try to make them look a little bit better. And that was a no-go, so I'm redoing that one. Added the little starfish with those seashells. Okay, I made the decision I'm going to leave it alone now because I'm just fiddling too much. Alright, so this is where I ponder. Okay, so we have the sandcastle. I wanted to just add the birds to kind of bring something in because that didn't feel completely finished. Again, I've kind of went through to add and change with the sky color and the watercolor as needed, if it needed to come up or down and so forth. So we've got the surf shop that I'm calling it with the little surfboards out. Decided to scratch the idea of the footprints because it looked crazy. I'll have to practice that technique. And then we got the sun starting to go down with the sailboat out there and the waves going along. Added the greenery again to pull that together. And then we have the beach ball with the umbrella. And added the palm tree and the greenery at the bottom. Okay, the palm tree I liked just fine, but I felt like there was still something kind of, it needed a little something down here. I added the greenery to kind of make it look like there was a plant coming off from the side to kind of fill in that space. I could have left it, but I don't know. I couldn't really decide, so I ended up deciding just to go ahead and go with it. And then we have the seashells and the starfish on this one, and we have the waves coming in. So I added the white right here, and I tried to add a little right here to kind of like make it look like there's a wave going over. And then I did the matte top coat just to kind of make everything be more muted, except this I didn't like, it was too muted. And so I did add the shiny to just that to kind of ump that one, but I didn't to the rest of it. I don't love this one, but if I keep messing with it, it's gonna get worse, so I'm just leaving it alone. It sort of looks like a bit like a painting in a way because of the texture and the matte top coat on there. But at the same time, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, I can't decide if I like it or not, to be honest. I think I like parts of it. I'm sorry, my voice is a bit croaky today. I guess because it's just all the stress. Either way, I hope that you did enjoy watching, or maybe you would like to recreate part of it or all of it. Either way, I appreciate you giving me your time. It means a lot. And I'll list the names of the stamping plates and stamping polishers I used in the description box. And I always do appreciate you so much. So until the next one, have a very blessed day, my friends. Bye.